It's currently about 7 o'clock right now, 7:05 a.m. We are in a fasted state. Just got done with the fasted cardio, and we've been up since 4 a.m. as usual, documented on the Instagram. Let's talk about why being ripped in discipline changes everything. It completely changes your entire paradigm in life. On one side of life, you have chasing instant gratification. And on the other side, you have delayed gratification. So chasing instant gratification is like, the shit I used to do. Waking up at 10 a.m., scrolling on your phone on social media, watching some porn, and then going downstairs and, eating waffles and pancakes with syrup because you're a bitch. That's basically what it is, right? And so you know that you're not going to feel good doing that, obviously. You know you're not going to feel good doing it, yet you still do it because you've created these habits that literally bring you into a negative state. And because there's a temporary feeling of pleasure, because there's a temporary dopamine spike, you just keep chasing that. So that's one end of life. That's one end of life. The life where you chase the instant gratification, you get fatter, you're more broke, you just feel like shit about yourself, you have low self-esteem and confidence, and that energy literally spreads out and affects everybody. There's a lot of guys that tell me, oh, dude, I'm single, I can't seem to, attract a girlfriend, or they'll say something like, I attract girls, but, they're toxic, or they're this, or they're that. And I'm like, well, bro, look at yourself. Like, what are you doing with life right now? Do you even train at all in the gym? Are you disciplined in any way? And it's like, no. They're completely slacking on their diet. They have no idea what even macros are. They don't even work on their physique. They don't train. They don't do anything hard that's delayed gratification. They're still drinking. They're still smoking weed. And it's like, well, you're going to attract what you are, obviously, right? You're going to attract what you are at that point in time. You're never going to be a guy who's fat and addicted who attracts a woman who's on the complete opposite spectrum. It's not going to ever work. And even if you manage to do it, it's going to be a very short-term thing. So that's just an example just to tell you and show you that that's one side of life. And that's the side of life that a lot of us fall into, especially because we don't have a strong, other example of what to become. And so on one side, you have that, the low confidence, hating the way that you look, hating the habits that you have, not being able to quit the things that you know in your conscience tells you don't do this thing, and you do it and you regret it. That's one end. The other side of life is a life of discipline, is a life of proving to yourself every fucking day that you can do hard shit. When I wake up at 4 a.m., do you think I want to do that? No. And a lot of people go, oh, well, why do you do it then? That's the exact reason. I don't want to do it. But when I do it, that proves to myself that I am a disciplined man. I am a man who, when I give my word, I follow through with it. And I posted on my Instagram specifically to keep myself accountable and to just, show others. And so on that side of the spectrum, you've got the discipline, and because of that discipline and those daily habits, you build the physique that you want to have. You're ripped, which gives you the confidence, which gives you the energy, the higher level of energy and frequency and vibration that as you go out, and things just start to kind of come to you. Things just start to be attracted to you because you're vibrating at a different level. Over here, you're constantly in this state of shame and of guilt and just feeling, like a low level of confidence about yourself. Over here, you feel high energy. You're not tired all the time. You don't have all the brain fog. You've eliminated all the bad habits. You've gotten alcohol, the weed, the porn, playing video games all day out of your life. You're constantly on a trajectory of growth. And life is just, you almost can't even fathom what it's like. If you're over here living the lifestyle of degeneracy, of not training, of being fat, of low confidence, you can't really understand what life is like over here until you start to actually adopt those daily habits, until you actually start to become that person and work on yourself every single day. You're not going to understand this feeling. You're not going to understand what it's actually like. And so for me, my journey has been just basically moving from that side of life to this side of life. And I'm still obviously always improving and growing, but I've managed to get pretty far in this direction. And it's to the point where, once you get this feeling, bro, once you start to see your body changing in the mirror and you start to get that confidence, you're getting ripped, you see your muscles becoming more defined, and you're literally sculpting this man, the confidence that you get, the energy that you get, the people and things that you start to attract into your life, and the sense of purpose and fulfillment that you get from stacking daily wins of doing hard things. Like for example, another one, getting up at 4 a.m. I don't eat until I'm done, with this video, until I'm done with my cardio. I've been up since 4 a.m. and I still haven't eaten. It's 7:05, 7:10 right now. So I'm basically earning my ability to even eat in the morning. Like, that's so different than who I used to be. I used to, like I said, I would wake up, just go immediately and just eat some sugar, and it's like, well, no wonder you don't feel confident. No wonder you don't have this sense of fulfillment and purpose of being a man, because you're not designed to just go out there and just have everything given to you and just have an easy life. That's not what brings you fulfillment. And everybody's chasing this happiness. Oh, I want to be happy. I want to be happy. Yo, shut the fuck up. How does that actually get you to where you want to go? You've been trying to be happy this whole time, and look where it's brought you. You're fat, you're out of shape, you don't train, you're undisciplined, you're still doing all these bad habits. That's like, it's just stupid shit that you shouldn't be doing. You're still going out on the weekends and getting wasted. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? That is a sign of a man who has no purpose, who has no direction. Because he's just, pulled in whatever direction society tells him to go. Oh, yeah, it's okay, bro. You can go out there and just basically, waste away and just be, a shell of the potential of what you could be. Do you really want to live that life? I mean, this is your wake-up call, bro. This is your wake-up call. This is your chance to finally change the direction that you've been heading in and to continue on that path that will bring you to be the man that you could always be. Like, we're here on this planet and we have, as far as we know, one life. Why would you want to spend it chasing instant gratification when that makes you feel like shit? When that's a bad example. You see, for me, what really helped too was understanding this journey isn't even just about me. It's not just about me, getting the abs that I want, being an example of a man who's disciplined, who actually wakes up on fucking time, who doesn't sleep until 10 a.m., who does hard things and builds that high level of character. It's not just about me. This is way more than me. This is about showing an example to other people of what you can be when you put in the work. So once you start to take the focus off of you and you start to understand, hey, actually, I want to be a good example to the people around me as well. Yeah, I want the abs. Yeah, I want to look good. I want to have that confidence. I want to be more attractive. I want to be, I want to have that feeling of purpose and drive and that high level of, just energy and masculinity. Yeah, I want to have that, but also I want to be an inspiration to those around me. Like, when I started to get in the gym and take my personal development seriously, all of the other people in my life started to improve, because you are the example, bro. Like, you're the example of someone who should, like, if you're doing negative things right now and you're doing bad habits right now, that's an example to everyone around you. And they think that it's okay to keep doing those things. Once you start to do the things like I've done, you start waking up early, you start cutting out alcohol, you start training, you get ripped. That's when people around you start to go, holy shit, this guy is actually fucking serious. This guy is actually making some moves, right? And like, that's an inspiration to me. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to start doing the same thing. I started training, and then a lot of my friends and family also started to train in the gym. But it took me stepping out and doing the thing that was uncomfortable. And the problem is right now is we live in a society, man, where it's like, they want you to stay where you're at. They want you to be mediocre, because if you're mediocre, you're easy to control. You're just a pawn, right? You're a sheep, and they could just steer you around wherever you want to go, and they don't have to worry about competing with you. They don't have to worry about you actually leveling up and bringing your people up and bringing your tribe up. And so they give you all these things like the alcohol, the porn, the weed, the junk food, so that you stay fat, so that you stay addicted. It's the truth. And the problem is I'll say things like this and you'll get mad. People will get upset. And the reality is, yes, that's because what I'm saying, in your conscience is true. And it's tweaking you out because it's changing your paradigm and it's making you uncomfortable. It's like me poking you, right? It's like poking the bear. I'm making you more upset because I'm telling you the way that you're living this instant gratification lifestyle isn't bringing you anywhere. It is bringing you somewhere. It's bringing you down to a lower level, and you're constantly in a state of regression instead of ascension. So really, it comes down to, are you going to make the change? Are you going to change from where you are now to where you want to go? From point A to point B? Are you going to become the man that you know you can be? Are you going to become an example to others? Are you going to actually live that life where you're confident, where you're disciplined, where you're not a slave to your bad habits anymore? Or are you going to continue to go down that road? Because it's up to you, man. You have the choice. I'm not here to force you. I'm just here to make you aware of what's possible, right? And I'm here to say, I was a guy who was stuck in that position, who had gotten overweight for what my standards are, never trained, just felt like shit. My mental health was bad. I was working a job I didn't really like. I was coping by drinking a lot of alcohol every single day, watching porn. I would play video games pretty much all day. And that was my life. And then I transformed that. I changed that to become a different kind of person, a person who doesn't do any of those things, who trains hard, who's in the best shape of my life. And now I'm just here to basically share this message and spread awareness and to help those of you who need help. So that's the message for today. We are going to continue on with today. I got to get back, break this fast. We're going to be hitting the gym later. You can follow the rest of the day on Instagram if you want to go over there and check it out. But that's basically it, bro. Keep ascending, and we will see you in the next video.